Hey Jan, it's been like 1 month, working, after leaving my dad's place. Like I used to work at my dad for quite a while at my dad's store, and finally one day, it just came to me that I wanted to move out. I wanted to, get a different job. Because it hasn't been going so well with me and my father. Just I guess even my mom too. Just my parents in general. And I guess after working at my dad's place for 3 months, 10 hours every single day, yeah, I couldn't even get out of it. So there was this one time my father. I was outside for the first time. After a couple of months, it was the first time. I decided to go out. And hang out with you, Jan, during that time. And well, what happened was I was on my way back, and then I received a call from my dad that he wanted me to pick up his. He wanted me to buy like a cabbage along the way, because it was a restaurant, and he's out of cabbage, he's out of stock, so he wants me to get it along the way. The funny thing is he always goes out in the morning to get supplies for the store. He has a car, and he just somehow just forgot about it. And so so basically, it was the first time I went out. So I didn't really pay mind to. I was like, no, this is ridiculous. The first time I go out, I'm gonna have to buy stuff for you, to restock your stuff when you forgot about it. No, you don't even let me go on break, And so I got back home, and my dad was like, where the hell's the cabbage? Where the hell's the cabbage? And I was like, they didn't have it. I lied. I thought he was gonna let me go on it, but no. After I literally came back, the second I come back, he literally made me go out, run down a couple of blocks to get cabbage. Now, it wasn't just cabbage. It was like a Chinese cabbage, which is like really hard to find, because we don't live around any Asian supermarket. So basically, I run down a couple of blocks, and I went out and got looked everywhere, and looked at every local store. I even asked some like Chinese restaurants locally to see if they have any Chinese cabbage, but they wouldn't give it to me or sell it to me. So I just after running down a couple of blocks, running around the street, I called my dad. I was like, I couldn't find any. I asked everywhere. I run up and down the block. I went to supermarket. I can't find any. And so I remember the exact words. He was like, I called him, and he was like, you're just as useless. You're just as useless as when you were young. Like that, and then just hung up on me. So that hit a chord with me. I came back. I was on the verge of tears. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. My dad just said that to me. I was just because over a cabbage. Is that something that he forgot? He just called me a useless son. Called me that. I was just as useless as when I was young. And at that moment, I decided that I was gonna leave. Out of self-respect. I can't work with my dad anymore. I can't even talk. I just can't. So I guess that situation just kind of describes me and my father's toxic relationship. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get a job on my own. Fuck this place, and I'm out of here. So which is exactly what I did. So I went out, got myself a job, surprisingly. I got a job at Target, working at the Starbucks. And, Target is known for, being very picky with their people, in terms of hiring. And, I got in. worked at Starbucks. First day I didn't know anything. I was clueless. I don't even know what a frappuccino is, or what a macchiato, or latte this or latte that. But I managed to, the first day I was, they were pretty understaffed, and I was put on the spot to, doing cash register when I don't even know what the drinks were. In a sense, it was really bad, but it forced me to be put on the spot and learn things pretty quickly. So in the next week or two, I learned how to make almost like 90% of the drinks, which is, I'm pretty proud of that. In a sense, it might be very busy, it might be, it might be very bad sometimes, at Starbucks, you know how customers are very obsessed, with their drinks, very picky about, their drinks and taste. But besides that, I think that I've accomplished something. I hit a milestone, because, in the back of my head, I'm like, I guess, I'm not that useless of a son. I'm not a useless person anymore. Every time I think of my dad, I'm like, I guess I'm not that useless after all. So I guess, from day one knowing nothing at Starbucks to right now that I am working, I'm making drinks, I'm taking registers, sometimes, I'm left there alone for 2 hours to close a Starbucks at night to like 9:30 p.m. I'm just working by myself, just at the cash register, and then making drinks for customers. And the thing is, what makes it worth it is that customers are happy, with my drinks, despite the fact that, I'm an amateur, I'm a newbie. Some people like the drinks, obviously some people are much pickier than others in terms of taste. I've gotten complaints before, but most customers, they enjoy what I make. I remember this one time, these couples came in and ordered a macchiato, like a apple crisp macchiato, and I made it for them. Probably it was my third time making that drink, working at Starbucks. And after I made it, I gave it to them. The girl sipped the drink, and then handed it to her boyfriend, and then he sipped it, and they both nodded and compromised that it was good, and then they left. I guess those little subtle things, it really made my day, because because it just showed that I guess I grew a lot, because from day one I knew nothing about drinks to making a couple's day just a little better because of my drink. So in a sense, yeah, Dad, I guess I'm not that useless after all.
要不要？我愛你。